Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah. So some of my thoughts on Tasweer. Many people that will declare it to be haram or follow the opinion of it being haram, and I'm speaking from my own experience, they may be in a position where they are not in a position of responsibility except for their household, right? Meaning that mommy and daddy takes care of everything. They don't have to pay bills, they don't have to rent, they don't have to worry about responsibilities towards the government such as taxes, they don't have to worry about credit score, they don't have to worry about a million other things, pertaining to responsibility. Mommy and daddy takes care of everything, so it's easy for them to follow the stricter ruling. And that was my situation for a long period of time. I wasn't in college, I wasn't working, I was not doing anything except for seeking knowledge. So I did not have massive responsibilities as I would now. And not only that, when many people that are seeking knowledge, they're around other people like them, they're around other people that may not have major responsibilities. And maybe they are around people that have responsibilities, but they hide it, whatever, because when it's the time for seeking knowledge, you don't try to bring your dunya into it to the best of your ability. You try to focus and you try to be upon zuhud. Allah knows best, I'm just going off topic. My point is that you're not in the real world. You're not in the real world. You're not in the world where people have to worry about these things, and it's a necessity for them to have photos and pictures and stuff like this. You may be in marketing or business and stuff like this. A lot of these things are a necessity. So it doesn't affect them because they don't know the real world. All they know is mommy and daddy takes care of everything. All I have to do is clean the kitchen and the bathroom and help cook. That's all I really have to do. Or maybe there are men seeking knowledge. Oh, my responsibility is nothing except to listen to mommy and daddy and go to the masjid and be there for Quran class and do my revision, etc. Or study in university, study in school or whatever, university, whatever it is, and make sure I get good grades and stuff like this. You're not in the real world where you cannot get an apartment without good credit. You cannot go through certain types of things without taking part in the act of photography. So that fatwa by Sheikh Saad Kathlan, may Allah bless him with good, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, that fatwa is very realistic, and I think it's the middle path pertaining to it, and Allah knows best. Barakallahu fikum wa jazakumullahu khairan. To reiterate, some people may take the stricter ruling because they don't have responsibilities, they don't know the real world, they don't know real life, they don't know responsibility except for where they are in their situation. But once you enter the real world and you no longer can depend on your mother and your father and you have to do things for yourself, you would see that how photography, being it completely haram, is a very constrictive ruling, and the religion is a religion of ease. Barakallahu fikum wa jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum. After that, one may argue, what about the ulama? The ulama are grown men and they follow some of the ulama follow their stricter opinion. Open your mind, the ulama are ulama. And do you know what the word ulama means? Those who fear Allah, those who have knowledge. Understand this is their life. Seeking knowledge and teaching knowledge, this is their life. Alhamdulillah, not every ulama are taken care of by the country, like Saudi Arabia, walillah alhamd. Some of the ulama, you see where Sheikh Raslan lives, you could go on YouTube and look at the area where Sheikh Muhammad Sa'id Raslan lives. They live very simple, humble, ascetic lives, walillah alhamd. But us living in the West, living in the country of the kuffar, there's things that we have to follow and we cannot get out of it. And you'll say, oh, make hijrah. Do you think it's easy to make hijrah? Do you know how difficult it is? Brothers been spending years and years and years trying to make hijrah. So try to open your mind and be realistic. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Bismillah. A brother, may Allah bless him with good, immense good. I mean, he brought something up to me, to my attention, and I just wanted to clarify some things pertaining to Tasweer. May Allah bless this brother, it's very clear, alhamdulillah. When it comes to the ruling of Tasweer, right? Number one, we go back to the ulama. Understand this? The fatawa is not based how I think, how I feel. We try our best to go back to the ruling of the ulama, those who are possessed with knowledge, right? Not because of our situation. The brother, he made an example that some people follow the ruling of Tasweer being haram and they're not children, they have a lot of responsibilities, etc. They could be, they have, adults. I absolutely understand that. I absolutely understand that. And I respect that, right? I'm not trying to insult anybody in that situation. But there's other situations. Other people have different situations. Sometimes a person may live in a very heavily influenced Islamic community, which may make it easier for them, right? Like living amongst, like for me, even my beard alone, you may be able to easily get a job living in amongst a proper Islamic community, but it's difficult out here in Florida. It's difficult out here in Florida. It may have been easier in New York City because there's a lot of Muslims up there, but it's difficult out here in Florida. Even the Muslims, I go to the masjid, I'm like the only one with a beard this big. Alhamdulillah. However, again, that situation where you are, your environment, etc., does not determine the ruling. We should always go back to the ulama and see what they say. It's just for me, following the fatwa of Sheikh Saad, may Allah bless him with good, it seems like the middle path. And whenever it comes to a ruling, you need to have taqwa of Allah. Whenever following a ruling, you need to be conscious of Allah. The brother, he made a good point. He said, some people, they may see or read he expressed actually, some people may see the ruling of Sheikh Saad and take it too far. Now they'll practice tasweer without any limitations. But if you read the fatwa of Sheikh Saad, there are limitations, there are conditions. Walillahi alhamd. So that's my stance pertaining to that, right? Barakallahu fikum wa jazakum Allahu khairun. I just wanted to make that clear. I think tasweer could be a very dangerous thing, especially if used recklessly and not following the conditions that Sheikh Saad put forth. If it's easier for you and in your heart it's better for you, and you lean towards the proper opinion that you believe is most correct with those who have knowledge, the ulama, then alhamdulillah, khair inshaAllah. But for me in my life, even though since I was 18 until maybe nearly 10 years, I follow the opinion that tasweer is completely haram. And it has been very constrictive with my life because of me believing that tasweer is completely haram. And it was very difficult. So when I read the fatwa by Sheikh Saad, I felt like this is a good middle path, right? And Allah knows best, in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's the opinion I'll follow, pertaining to the opinions of the ulama. وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.